Oh, hello, and welcome back for another empowerment exchange. I'm probably going to irritate some of you today, and that's okay because we're all friends here and we're going to talk through that. So today's show, it's all their fault. Letting go of the blame game for a more empowered life. Raise your hand if you've ever blamed somebody else for what's going on in your life. Raise it high. In the back, raise it high. Okay. I have. I've blamed my ex. I've blamed um, other people. I've blamed circumstances. I've blamed that I'm a woman. I mean, name it. I've blamed it, right? But you get to a point in your life where you realize, wait a minute. If I don't like something about my life, I can change it. And you know what? I have a choice about making my life better or staying bitter. And I got to get out of my own way because it's me that's the problem. So today we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to share with you some tips for how you let go of the blame game. You stop living as a victim with a victim mindset and you go on to live an extraordinary life because that's what I'm all about. And that's what I'm here to help you do. So let's get into it right now. So at times you may go through very challenging experiences in life. How many have gone through challenging experiences? Me. I know you have. I know there have been things in life that you've gone through: single mom, divorce, career change, sickness, whatever it is. I'm sure there have been challenges in your life. You may find yourself wondering how you ended up in a certain place physically, emotionally, financially. At these times, confronting your own choices can feel, first of all, ridiculous. I did it, but it also can be very challenging. You may find it easier to see where other people went wrong. That's very easy to do, right? Blaming others for the way your life is going is a common reaction to life's curveballs. Not taking any responsibility, right? Stepping aside and saying, "Oh, it's this or it's that or it's the other." And I'm going to just be real with you for a second. So, I have struggled with my weight my entire life, right? Totally my entire life. And I was like, "Oh, it's genetics. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that." Because one thing that's very stereotypical for people who are heavy is that, oh, they overeat. Nope, not me. I don't. I'm not like a big snacker. I don't drink soft drinks. I don't do all these things. My issue was I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't drinking enough. And now, in what I'm dealing with Guillain-Barré, I have an autoimmune response. So I'm dealing with inflammation. I'm dealing with menopause. I'm dealing with a lot of things. But rather than me step aside and go, it's just genetics. We're all like this. I am looking for answers. I am taking responsibility in my life and I'm doing the things necessary that I need to do to figure out what's going on with me so that I can have a really long, healthy life. So it's very easy in my own case just to blame it on something else, someone else, a different situation. Even with my legs, there was a period of time I'm like, well, I can't work out because I'm in a wheelchair. How am I supposed to work out? You could do chair yoga. You can do things with your arms. So again, if just me being very transparent, because I try to be as transparent as possible, I have blamed other things, right? And then you realize, hey, if there's something about myself I don't like, or there's something about yourself you don't like, change the circumstances. It's kind of like, adjust the sails, figure out what it is that you need to do. But taking responsibility is the most important thing. So I know I went off track a little bit, but eventually you're left with just yourself, just you. And blaming others takes away your sense of your own power. You can't change other people's actions, only your own. So you must figure out how to pick up and go on with life. And the best way to do this is to cease blaming others and resolve the situation within here, right here within yourself, because you have all the tools inside of you to be successful. People like me who come alongside of you to coach you or to support you, encourage you, or guide you, we're here to help you find your superpowers. We're here to help guide you. We're not here to do it for you. You have all the tools you need right now in your life to be super successful. You also have all of the things inside of you to sit on the couch and do nothing and blame other people. It's all about a choice, right? Life is all about choices. So when you're left with your own devices, sometimes that gets like, oh my gosh, I have to look in the mirror and realize I am my limit. I am it. It wasn't her or him or that or this situation. It was me the whole time. And sometimes you have to move yourself into being able to accept that. And for those people who accept that, who take that responsibility, who step outside their comfort zone, who adjust their sails, who decide, I am going to make a difference with my life. Those are the ones, my friends, who become extremely successful and fulfilled in life. So consider these ideas to stop blaming others and regain your power. Number one, take complete responsibility for your own life. Period. Whether you're married, single, have kids, or are childless, acknowledge that only you decide how your life is going to manifest. It's all about you, not me, not her, not him, not them, you. Although it may once have been someone else's fault, maybe your mom or your dad or your boss or your partner, now that you know what the issues are, it's your responsibility to fix them. Your life is the way it is because of you. Doesn't mean things don't happen to us in life. Doesn't mean that at some point in time that we are victims of some circumstance. It's what we do with it. Because if you've been following my story, I have had a very interesting life. Abused, single mom, business owner, paralyzed, transformed, walking again, moving forward. I could have easily sat on the couch and victimized myself for the rest of my life. And I decided, it was a choice, I decided not to do that because I knew that there was so much more meant for me, that there was so much more meant for my children, that I needed to be the example for them, that they knew they were unstoppable. So at one point in my life, I blamed it on other people and I was a victim of certain things, but I'm not a survivor of domestic violence. I'm not a survivor of Guillain-Barré syndrome. I'm a thriver. And you have to make that choice to be a thriver in your own life. From here on, it's your job to change what it is that you want and consider it a cop-out when you blame someone else for the choices that you make going forward. Admittedly, this is bad news and good news at the same time. After all, if you want your life to change and you believe you're responsible for it, this means that you hold all the power. You hold all the power you need to make your life just the way you want. This also means you have no one else to blame but yourself. Number two, learn from the past. Consider a couple of specific incidents when you blamed another person for your choices. How did those situations turn out in the end? Did you lose a friend? Did you lose a partner? Is there a family member that's estranged from you? Rarely does anything positive come from blaming another person for your own situation. Number three, say you're sorry. Yes, saying you're sorry and asking for forgiveness sometimes is probably super, super hard, but I encourage you to try it. Say you're sorry. If you tell another person that something that happened in your life is their fault, and apologize to them for the comments as soon as you're aware that you are the reason why whatever it is happened. This step is important because one of the major ways to cease blaming others is to acknowledge and say you're sorry when you point the finger at them. In order to change what you're doing, you must recognize your mistakes. Number four, think before you blame. If you catch yourself blaming someone else for a situation in your life, ponder that situation thoroughly before saying anything aloud. Ask yourself what really happened. Who did what? What was your own part in this? How did you react? What were your options? How could you respond in the future to change the outcome? Give yourself plenty of time to process the situation. This way, you won't be compelled to say something rash out of frustration. So if somebody comes at you or has something negative to say or wants to confront you or have any type of altercation, just say, I heard you. I'm going to just process this and then I'm going to share with you how I feel. It's easy, right? Sometimes walking away and regrouping is the best thing that you can do, right? Ask yourself those questions. What happened? How did I react? What were my options? Did I have any part in this? It allows you to think before you blame. Number five, seek help. Seek help sorting it out. There's no shame in asking for help if you can't seem to shake the blame game. If you can't seem to get out of your own way and to go from victim mentality to victor mentality, you may need to work with somebody like me. You may need to work with somebody like me who has transformed their own life, who has lived through being a victim and now is a victory and a thriver, who has taken her trials and made them her triumphs, has taken her mess and made it her message. You need to reach out to somebody who can help you if you can't help yourself in that space. If you find yourself caught in this vicious, unproductive cycle of pointing the finger at others for your own life situation, working with a coach or a counselor to help you figure out your way may be exactly what you need to do. So as we wrap up today, and I know I kind of came at you, but I wanted to share it because it's important when you take 100% responsibility to your life and how you react to what happens to you, everything changes. When you leave the blame game behind, your life becomes totally your own. All the power you need is in your own hands. The sky's the limit when you stop blaming others and empower yourself to take your life back. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the steps to personal empowerment. And it's a little checklist or a worksheet that you can work on and really try to figure out areas of your life that you can build and feel empowered about what it is that you're doing. Because I want you to take ownership over your life. There is something spectacular out there for you. You were not born to be mediocre. You were born to have an extraordinary life and not settle. I didn't settle. I know that I wasn't born to be mediocre. I know that I wasn't born to sit on the couch and blame other people. You weren't either. So make sure that you are going out finding that extraordinary life where you do epic things. So thanks for joining me on this empowerment exchange. Sorry if I seem like I was coming at you, but I think as a woman to a woman, we're here to empower each other. So I will be back again for another empowerment exchange. And I hope that I get a chance at some point in time to